I thought when Tom Brady retired that what he was trying to do in part was to avoid a farewell tour. He never wanted one. I'd heard that when he was with New England. He said it himself after he retired. And I thought, okay, all this stuff about playing until he's 45, all along his goal was to play until he was 44. And when he said throughout the 2021 season, I'm playing through 2022 and then we'll decide what to do after that, that was all about keeping people from thinking that 2021 was his farewell season, so he didn't have that extra distraction, and it's all about him, and he would have been emotional. One of the concerns in New England always was if he was too emotional, he could be not as sharp as he needed to be.
Right.
If he's thinking too much about, this is my last time here, it's my last time doing this, it's my last time doing that, and all the outpouring of love, it's just he wants to focus on going out and doing what needs to be done to win football games. So now, is this the farewell tour?
Yeah,
What does he say next? Is it? Are we sure?
I mean, no, we're never sure. We're not. He has said 45. It is season 23. He's going to get treated like it's the farewell tour no matter what this year. He's got no choice. You can't have it all. I don't know. So he's coming back. Yes. I mean, he just retired. Everyone's going to assume this is their last year. I mean, I know we're all going to think, well, it's Brady. He could do one more year. But he is going to have to deal with some of that this year. I don't think you're going to be able to avoid it. I don't. I think, that some people it's just going to be a constant conversation with how this went down.
But that's why I raise it.
Yeah.
Will he try to throw people off the scent? Will he say, I'm taking it a year at a time? Will he say, I'm back for multiple years? Now, the reality is he's got 1 year left with the Buccaneers. One way to get people to think that he is back for multiple years is to sign an extension. I wouldn't do that if I were him. I'd want to have maximum flexibility for next year. If there was any effort by him to move on, and we think there was, and if there was any pushback by the Bucs, and there clearly was publicly by Bruce Arians 2 weeks ago, he comes back and plays for them in 2022. He fulfills his obligation, and then he rides out of town to wherever he wants to go. And everyone knows that's the key. If he doesn't sign an extension, everyone knows as they commence their planning for 23, and the planning for 23 has already begun. The planning for 24 has already begun. These teams think multiple years into the future, just like a grandmaster at chess thinks multiple moves down the board. Now we know there's at least a reason to think about maybe pursuing and landing Tom Brady next year if you otherwise have the pieces in place, if you think you can make the argument. And maybe that's what ultimately will decide it. Maybe he won't retire next year. Maybe he just becomes a free agent and he waits and sees what's out there, waits and sees what anyone offers, waits and sees whether or not he wants to continue. And he goes away with a whimper, not with the bang, because you don't want to become the Brett Favre. I don't think you do.
No.
You retire and unretire every year. Retire and unretire. Retire and unretire. Retire and unretire. You become a caricature of yourself. And he's already inching toward that territory, Chris.
He is.
In the past 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a joke what's happened. Really, if you take a step back and look at it, it's a joke to retire and immediately start talking about coming back. And I like the fact that he did it because it shows that the cyborg still has some human traits in him somewhere where he can't make up his mind like the rest of us can't make up our minds. I kind of like that.
Yeah, well, to me, and it's another inkling to tell you that it wasn't real. That's why. That's another thing to me. He knew it wasn't real, so he was leaving some wiggle room there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.